Hey, everybody, we're back. This is NasCard Radio, episode 169, where trading cards and racing meet. I'm your pal Val. With me is the man, the myth, the legend, PSA, and White Castle Hall of Famer, Logan. Logan, how are you tonight?
I'm feeling like a gambler.
That's great.
Viva Las Vegas, baby.
Yeah. And hopefully you don't hit the, what is it, green double zeros? But anyway,
Yeah.
roulette. We have let's well, I guess yeah. I was thinking we thank our sponsor, Panini America, naturally, and our new seasonal sponsor, Little Nero's Pizza. When you're home alone and need a pie, call these guys, Little Nero's Pizza.
Mm. Add a little extra grease on that thing.
Makes it slide down better.
Yeah.
So we have a great show to get today, and this might be for mature audiences today. Um, So we're gonna do a race recap. There's a little thing going on Viva Las Vegas, and so we'll cover that. Let me go to my list. Also, Viva Las Vegas Tops had the giveaways, which is the third in the series behind Miami and Coda. We're going to talk about Tops now. They still haven't updated the print runs, and I'll show you what a crappy job they're doing.
Tops not now.
Tops win.
Yeah.
COMC buyer beware. I had an interesting situation happen to me, and I was unaware of this policy, and I will let you all know what's going on, so you can be aware of it. We'll give maybe an update on the Rookie Card Hall of Fame,
Race
and
Car Hall of Fame.
sorry, Racing Card Hall of Fame.
There we go.
Thank you. I was looking at the next one, which is, if we have time, the stocks for Tots. Date was announced, and just give a little bit of information about that. So if you're in the Charlotte area, December 6th, I believe it is, you will want to be at Stocks for Tots if you collect autographs.
Wish I could be there.
Yeah, me too.
You live
All right.
there.
I know I got to go out of town, which
Yeah.
really stinks. So all right, so let's do our shout outs to Kyle Cat, Skid Marks, High Octane Cards, Pit Road Network, Jason Freeman, and Beans Ball Card Blog for the YouTube comments. We read them, so please leave them. Appreciate all the comments in the comment section. Go for you.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so we're back after being off a week here. Get a little break here. So since we had no races going, but we did have a race last weekend. Depending on what day, what time you watched was what day it was. So
Yeah,
you're
I
on the
stayed
East
up and
Coast,
watched
West
it.
Coast. Did you?
I did, man. I watched it.
Not me.
Yeah, I did. It was actually a very good race.
It was a great race. It was a good it was a good race. It was a nail biter, I guess, for Sergio Perez. But anyway, let's jump into the racing recap. Let's go straight to Formula One, and that was Saturday, November 18th at the Las Vegas Grand Prix. That was 50 laps. Max Verstappen was our winner. Charles Leclerc snuck in for second. Sergio Perez came in third. That was a good race, like we were saying. That's with Max's 5-second penalty right there in turn one. I don't know why these guys or why Max, they all feel they need to win the first lap. When
No.
I mean, wait a few laps for DRS and then you're gone. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it's the "what have you done for me lately" moment.
You
Of
know,
course, it
you
could
know,
be like Sergio Perez out on our stroll and get nailed the last corner in the race and lose second place to Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, at least he still got a podium though.
Now, the one that I got to bring up is Carlos Sainz. I think he got totally screwed. I know it wasn't in the rule book, and he got penalized 10 spots for having to change that battery out because the manhole cover, whatever, water valve cover. And, that was just, I thought that was wrong. So, but I understand how many pages, hundreds of pages in the rule book. There's no rule book in there about, hey, water cover valve messes you up. You get to work on your car or use a
Yeah,
part that wasn't whatever available to you.
I know you've seen the videos of that. That was a pretty hard hit, and you saw the underside of that car. It was tore up. I think they had to replace the monocoque of that car, and and then take all those other parts and put them in, and the battery, and basically build almost a new car because it was completely tore up. And he had that was a pretty tough hit for him because you could see he was visibly shaken by that.
Yeah, I mean, him having if he would have, was he second? Yeah, I think he qualified second, but had to start whatever it was, 11th, 12th. But just having them up front, I just think it kind of did a disservice. But I think see that this is a 10-year commitment, so they'll be back again. I don't know what the deal was with the, hey, let's ride in the Rolls Royce over to the front of the Bellagio for a little kind of picture in front of the fountains, and then, hey, we got to go back, drink some champagne. So I don't know what that was about. I think that was
Yeah, that
kind of
was weird. It was kind of awkward, actually.
yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, I mean
So
they're all sitting there, and Max was sitting up front. He was raised,
I
and the
saw
other
that.
two were sitting back. It's like, yeah, Max, I don't want to touch these guys. This is weird.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was kind of awkward. I could have done, I guess, without that. I understand what they were trying to do. I guess it looked a whole lot better on paper, but instead of they were all drinking, like, hey, let's have them go out in front of the Bellagio and we'll have a special fountain sequence for them or whatever. But I didn't realize. So the last time they raced in Vegas was 1982, 1981 or something. It was like 40 something years, 40, 41 years. That was crazy. Um, so it's for them to revisit there. I think it's like 11 or 12 races have been here, like the most of any country in the U.S. for F1 in any one time or whatever. So, or over the course of of the of all the years, we had the most courses here.
Oh, you talking about the different
Yeah,
type
venues.
of
Thank
race
you. There are
courses? Yeah,
11 venues or whatever here in the U.S. Yeah,
like Watkins Glen and Indy, and all these other places they've had the races.
yeah. But I don't know if you have any other comments about it. I got a few more. Um, so with that win, over 2 years, Max has won 33 out of 43 races. That's a 76.74%. His 18 wins is the most ever. Previously, Schumacher had won 11 in 2002 and 13 wins in 2004. And that was an 18 race schedule, and that was a 72.22% win record, which is just crazy. But
Mm-hmm.
if you factor in Max's 18 wins out of 21 races, that's an 85.71% win ratio. That is nuts.
That's unheard of.
That's crazy. And we talked about it before. I mean, if this was happening in NASCAR, um, people would be losing their jobs. I mean, even when
Oh,
Jimmy Johnson won those 5 championships in a row, he didn't. I don't think he didn't win that many during the year. I mean, if
no,
that makes sense, right? He didn't win 85% of
of the
the race,
races.
or even 70 something percent. So, if you're a Max fan, then I mean, if you're a Lewis Hamilton fan, this has got to be excruciating because he hasn't won any in those 43 races. Over the last 2 years, he hasn't won a race. So Max is at 76.74%. Lewis is at 0%.
Jeez.
I mean, you go
Here,
from one to the other. I mean, It's just I know I've been following F1 here for the last 3 years. So um, was that 21 where they had pretty much the two of them had won almost all the races, but this is just so lopsided here. So
Mm-hmm.
just unbelievable what the history we're seeing right now. I don't know if, like I said, when you compare Schumacher's 11 wins in 2002 and 13 in 2004, and Max has got 18. I don't know if we'll ever see this again.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, well, that's true, right? We don't want to see this
I don't
again.
want to see that. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a good point.
yeah, I have nothing against Max, but I I want to see different people. I would like to see a surprise winner like Logan Sargent, Williams. That would be cool for me, but you know, I just don't want to see it again. I just don't want to see anything like this again. I hope
Yeah,
next year. I hope it's not a repeat next year. I hope that we have a
it's more
little bit
competitive.
more,
Yeah,
competition. Yes.
right. So I don't know if we have any else you want to talk about the race. We'll go talk about his cards here. I know we've talked about him quite a bit, but let's get some slides up here. So there are some pre 2020 cards. There's two in 2016, Tops Trumps. There's a Grand Prix Heroes and a Grand Prix Hilden, which I think were German. And those are what the two fronts look like and the two backs look like for the 2016. Then there's a 2018 and that's Tops Trumps Grand Prix Hilden 2.
Yep.
Then
Same pose.
Yep. And then we get into 2020. There's a 2020 Tops Now. If you're priced out of the other 2020s, this is a great alternative. It has a print run of just over 4,047. I've seen them on COMC for as low as like $8 or $9. Not graded, by the way, but just can't believe what those are going for, how low they are, and considering how dominant he is. And then when you get into the 2020 Tops Chrome, there are 13 cards and one image variation in the set. He has the base number 6, and then an image variation on it, and then there's other different cards with winner and driver of the day and stuff like that. There's two insert sets, 1954 World of Wheels, and the parallels there. Tracks tags, there's parallels there. There's all the different parallels in Chrome, and there's also 2020 Topps Chrome Formula One Sapphire and the parallels there. They mimic the Topps Chrome, so you have the image variation and the same exact cards. There's also 2020 Topps Dynasty Formula One. That's the super high end with patches and autographs, stuff like that. There's also 2020 Topps F1 official stickers, 11 stickers in the 2020 Topps F1 series, and then also 2020 Topps Turbo Attacks Formula One, 12 cards there, and 3 limited edition cards. So those are priced pretty considerably lower than the Topps Chrome. So if you're priced out of some of that other stuff, always collectibles if in your price range.
So let me ask you, wasn't Ty freaking Gibbs the highest finishing rookie?
Yeah. I wish.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him. I'd love to see some crisscross in the different series, but
Well,
I, I don't know if they'd
speaking
let
of
him or
that,
not. Yeah. So Denny Hamlin, some of the celebrities in Las Vegas. I saw a photo of Denny Hamlin. Immediately, I thought Denny Hamlin's looking for somebody to help drive one of his cars, right? And Toyota, I'm sure we would back up the Brinks truck to get Lewis Hamilton because Denny Hamlin was sitting there, I guess, talking to Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah. Can you imagine Lewis Hamilton in a NASCAR Cup stock car? Oh my God. The people would just absolutely go nuts. I would go nuts, honestly.
I would definitely tune in to watch that and see how
Yeah.
good he is.
And imagine him being on a Panini trading card.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even think about that, but yeah. Yeah.
I would love to see that. I would love to see him. I mean, because, if anybody can make it happen, Michael Jordan could make it happen.
Yeah, so Denny, when we say Denny Hamlin, I'm Denny. Michael Jordan's the muscle behind Denny Hamlin to make it happen. So, and
Hmm.
I'm sure Michael Jordan's got all kinds of sponsors that would love to jump on that car, um, and
Oh,
pay
yeah.
Lewis probably a pretty penny to try his hand at the stock car.
You could have a Toyota stock car sponsored by Mercedes, the Mercedes Toyota Camry.
Yeah, I don't know if they get past NASCAR approvers for sponsorship.
I bet they would. I bet they would.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you think something like that would elevate NASCAR? I think it would.
It would. So Las Vegas was at 10 o'clock Pacific time, which would correspond to like 7 or 6 or 7 a.m. Overseas, I think it was, because they were definitely trying to get that viewership. So where I'm going with this is that NASCAR would get a lot of um, eyes on that race if it was just a one race. But so yeah, I think it would.
Coda. I'm starting the hashtag now. Hashtag Lewis for Coda or Lewis for NASCAR Coda.
Okay, try to make it happen. All right, I think that's all we have for racing recap. Oh, next race. Next race is the last race, and that is going to be Sunday, November 26th at the Abu Dhabi. It's going to be 8 a.m. Eastern at the Yas Marina Circuit. That's it, race number 22. Now the question is, can Max win that, or um, or will anybody else be able to win? He's got the championship. I want to say Sergio Perez has got second locked up. He's at 276, and Lewis Hamilton's at 317. So I think he's just too far away, even if Lewis won.
Yeah, I don't see Mercedes doing anything at this track. I'm sure. As much as I hate to say it, I'm pretty sure Max is going to win.
So I think it might be a race for fourth place with Fernando Alonso and Carlos Sainz. They're both at
Fernando
minus 349. Was that?
said Fernando.
Okay. All right. So that is racing recap.
Cool. It was a great race.
Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. So like I
I
said,
just
it was
hope
kind
that,
of a nail biter. Because like I said, they penalized him 5 seconds, and the announcer couldn't stop saying that there wasn't a harsh enough penalty. And then when Max wasn't making up any ground after the pit, then they're saying, "Whoa, maybe it was enough."
yeah,
So
yeah. They thought at first they told Max, they said, man, 5 seconds, don't worry about it, just keep on going. And then, like you said, he wasn't gaining, and it's like, ooh, this could be interesting.
yeah, it was a good race.
Yeah, yeah. The organizers did well. I mean, they had that snafu with the water hole cover, or whatever you want to call it. But after that, I think it was smooth sailing for the most part.
You are correct, and they mentioned it before that water, losing a water cover or whatever else is not something new. That's happened in other circuits, other races. So, um, I think they dealt with it pretty good because it was not an issue after that. So,
Yeah, I think they filled it with sand and then with asphalt and paved over the thing. So I would not want to be the guys in the public works department for the city of Las Vegas now, because you have to go and dig all that crap back out and put things back the way they were till next year and then do it all over again. So,
Yep.
yikes.
All right. And so speaking of Las Vegas, that was another giveaway for Tops. And so this is what they look like. And if you remember, Tops had given away cards at Miami, Coda, and Vegas. This is what they looked like in Miami, and then Coda.
Cowboys.
Yep. And then Logan was wanting slot machines, but we got the stars. There, we got the glitzy stars in the corner.
Yeah, we're driving with the stars, and you notice it looks like Lewis is putting on his Mercedes cufflinks there.
It sure does. It
I've
sure
got
does.
I've got my Mercedes cufflinks for my uniform.
So I think there are 2 card packs. And there's some on eBay. So this is kind of what you see. And the checklist, the numbers for the Miami numbers and Coda numbers are correct. The Las Vegas are close. I wouldn't. All the drivers are correct. Some of the numbers might be wrong. It was hard to find card numbers for some of them, but I was able to confirm all of the drivers. So we have 4 principals in this series here. So
Yep, only 6 drivers, so you're kind of get a little cheated, but in that set you do get Lewis Hamilton. So
yeah,
there you
and
go.
Carlos Sanz I think is 2 of the better.
Agreed.
So, but I couldn't find this any information anywhere else. So and that's why everybody watches the show. So trying to keep everybody informed.
You'd like to think that Tops would publish a checklist.
Man, we can't even get him to do the Tops Now cards.
Tops,
So
like you said, Tops win.
yeah, so let's go check out the Tops win. I think that's what I'm gonna start calling it now. So the Tops win. So let's see when this comes through. This is just I just can't wrap my head around it. So you can kind of see these numbers here are in the 60s. So you see the 64, 63. They made the description so long you can't see. So right, so here's 60 down here, 59, 58, and then we go off the cliff here. 40, 51, 50. So where are the high 50s, mid 50s? Nowhere. Where are the 40s? I don't know, because there's 35 and 34. This has got to be like 36. So like the 30s and 40s and some 50s are missing. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I guess it went. They went with the Yodely guy off of The Price Is Right and went off the cliff for sure.
Maybe they fired the guy who does or lady who does the Tops Now print runs. Maybe they're on vacation. They had to take all their vacation, but they've been on vacation a long time though. So
They've
like,
been they've been on maternity leave or something.
maybe. And there's like, hey, Jody used to do that, but Jody's on vacation on maternity leave. Or Bill got fired. I don't know. It just it's not even like 1 week we're missing some. And I told you, whenever I buy a card, it's a kiss of death. But in I guess my defense, there's whole weeks, months missing.
Yeah, that's pretty pathetic, and I hate to say this, but I think this is a sign of things to come.
So I mean, I we have friends over at Fanatics and stuff, but I just this stuff just falls through the cracks. Maybe they can hire you, Logan, to do this.
I need a job, so yes, hire me. I'll,
So I
I'll
mean,
take care of it.
it just needs some attention to detail and some TLC. That's all.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's not rocket science for crying out loud.
But this is their selling point, right? The Tops Now is like, hey, uh, you buy the card and it's up for a certain amount of time, and then the print run is to print the order, and then we'll
Hmm.
let you know what the number is if we remember to post on the print runs, or if the guy or lady is working. I don't know. Again, this is just so frustrating.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. I mean, they should have that updated every week, or at least every time that they have a new print run of Tops Now Formula One cards.
I mean, here's like 16, 15, and 17, right? 17. Here's 20, 18, and 19. 26, 25, 24.
They need to learn how to count
So
and put
where's
things in numerical order.
21, 22, and 23? Black hole. Here's 27. Hey, forget it. Let's go to 32. Where's 20? So here's 26, 27. So where's 28, 29, and 30? But we got 34, 35, and 33. So it's just, you know, just random luck of finding a print run.
Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm with you. They should do like Panini used to do, and at least say this is number one out of 4,783 or whatever.
Right. And I think, and that is and a great point, is because without the website, you're flying blind. You have no idea how many were made. At least with Panini Instant, they didn't have to keep up with the website. You had the card in your hand and it told you what the printer was. Not They don't have to be individually numbered, but again, when you look at the back of this card, all you got is a card number and no print run. So I think if they had the print run on the card, then they wouldn't have to keep up with the site. But
Yeah.
this is their selling point, and
Well,
they're not getting that right.
well, let me ask you this: do you think that when they post these cards up for sale on the Topps website, that they go ahead and print a whole bunch of them ahead of time and have them ready? And that's why we don't get numbers on the cards, because if this was true print to order, you would have the number of how many were printed on the card.
No, that would work, but I think the way they do it right now is they print it and somebody has to come back because they pull it off of this site. So this website here is what's currently available. So there's nothing available and you have to go to this archive. So somebody has to go in, move the image over to the archive page, post the description, and look on their probably inventory or whatever the reports are of how many were printed, and put that in the description. Even if they had the card here without the print run, you would know what the card even looked like, and at least all the numbers would be there, but you didn't have a print run. So that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't solve the problem, but it partially solves the problem. Right now, I don't know what some cards look like because they're all over the road. And that was pun intended. So yeah, Formula One Tops win.
Yep.
So
I'm
all
gonna
right,
start calling them that too. So I think we've added a new phrase to our vernacular here.
yeah. Hashtag Tops win. All right, now let's talk about COMC. So I had interesting development this week. I was minding my own business, went out to COMC, checking cards that were recently added, found a card. It was a 2020 Tops F1 Chrome. I think it was a Osman Octon. Is that how you saw it? And then it was an image variation, right? So, so I purchased it, and it was like, I don't know, $4.75 or whatever it was. Bought it, and didn't really think much of it because I don't have any of the image variations. So I was like, well, maybe I'll start collecting them. So a couple hours later, I get an email basically saying, "Hey, um, we're taking the card back, and we're gonna give you your money back. And also, hey, you might want to check out uh, the section where the pricing error protection policy," which I was like, I had not heard of the protection pricing policy. So I thought I would share that with everybody. So the pricing error protection basically says we are all human and pricing mistakes can occur. If you discover a pricing typo on an item that sells within 3 hours of listing, contact us with your intended asking price within 24 hours of the sale, which doesn't make any sense. So contact us with your intended asking price within 24 hours, but it's got to be 3 hours of the sale. I don't know. And we will determine at our discretion if the transaction requires reversal. Please exercise reasonable caution in all purchases and sales, which I understand about purchases because it doesn't matter. It's really for the seller. Sellers are
Hmm.
limited to one pricing error protection request per month. So I was trying to digest this and look at this. So I believe this is from COMC. So when you sell on COMC, you can have COMC price it or you can price it. Now, I deal with computers every day. I don't trust anybody pricing my stuff but me,
Mm-mm.
especially when it comes to racing, because I love the folks at COMC, but there's a lot of different racing cards and a lot of different series and stuff, and they don't know it as well as I do. So I don't even want to go there. If I make a mistake, that's on me. Maybe I'm old school. uh, that's on me. And you know, I don't. I just don't trust them the price.
No, I wouldn't either.
So maybe this was a COMC pricing this, and COMC got it wrong, and the seller contacted them, and so COMC pulled the card back. I'm assuming to the seller, and get refunded my money. So all I did was visit the website, buy the card, right, and went about my way. So the next day I get an email like, "Hey, were you satisfied or unsatisfied with this transaction?" So I was like, uh, I wasn't very satisfied. So I'm gonna read. I guess I can read what I put there. What do you think, Logan?
Sure, I think it'd be fine.
So I said I had no way. I had no say in this transaction reversal, and I am unsatisfied. This would be unacceptable at a card show. This is a COMC pricing mistake, and the seller should price their own cards. The correct action is the buyer should get the card and the seller should get some COMC credit amount for the COMC pricing mistake. The current action only penalizes the buyer. As a buyer, why would I trust your prices and COMC site in the future? Your current action now gives me pause on using your site. Again, this would be unacceptable at a card show.
Yeah, you know, COMC, this policy, they have absolutely no skin in the game. So they have nothing to lose by doing this. And I think that's wrong because if they priced it, then that should be on them and they should eat that one way or the other, whether or not it's cash or credit or whatever. And like you say, you should have got to keep the card.
Yeah, all I did was go to the website, buy the card. Right. Again,
Mm-hmm.
it was a 475 card. Uh, I don't know what it sells for. It's not thousands. It's not hundreds. Um, Again, prices change. What it is today, what is tomorrow, what is 2 years from now, totally different. I gave Logan this example before. 1989 Robin Rosso. Those were $25, $30 cards at one point. Now you can pick them up all day for probably a dollar or two.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I mean, when he passed away, everybody was nuts. And you're right. So times change, prices change. You're right.
but so this is really so. I'm saying this is not necessarily about me. So I think to your point, COMC has no skin in the game. So the seller was trusting COMC to price it, right? So they want to sell the card, and they expecting COMC to price the card. So COMC got it wrong, and thank God the seller contacted them within the 3 hour window, and they only get one per month. Well, I think that's wrong too. I think if COMC is going to screw up, then there should be unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
And to your point, COMC has no skin in the game in this. There's no reason for them to get any better.
Right.
So because if there was a penalty for COMC, so let's say it's a $25 card, COMC should have paid him $25, right?
Right.
So
Or
I get the
20,
card,
or whatever. Yeah.
but yeah, or so I'm just throwing it out, right? So
Right.
I get the card, I paid whatever it is, $5 for it. The seller should get the $25 because that's what it's worth or whatever. COMC should give him the credit for that. COMC should now say, hey, you know, we need to do better, and they shouldn't be a one per month.
Right.
So I think this is I think this is just protecting COMC and not sellers. And then as a buyer, when you buy a card, I guess wait 3 hours and see if you can own it or not.
That's sad when you think about it. Um, you know,
I did not know that. I mean,
I didn't either until you alerted me about it earlier today. I had no clue this even was going on.
yeah. So buyer beware on COMC. Um, we got friends that work at COMC or whatever. I don't agree with this policy, and like I said, it's not because of the card. I kind of can care less a card, but it does make me pause buying stuff on COMC now. It's like, well, if I find a good deal, is it too good of a deal? What's a good deal? What's the right range? I mean, if I go to a card show and somebody prices their card out, and hey, wait, let me find the guy in a card show. Somebody buys the card, and I hunt him down within 3 hours and come back to the table. I'll give you money back.
Yeah, no, that's never going to happen.
So I look at COMC as a kind of a online card show. And maybe that's wrong for me to look at it, but if that's the case, I can just go to Beckett Marketplace or whatever. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
maybe they have pricing protection over there too. So, super disappointed in this policy by COMC. I just think it protects COMC, doesn't really protect the buyer. If he would have been late and not contacted me, or if he had a prior one and this was he already used his one up for the month, he's
Yeah,
SOL.
he sure would be.
So I don't think there should be a limit. I think there should be a penalty for COMC for pricing this stuff, or get out of the pricing business, COMC.
They need to, because like you say, if they make enough mistakes, they're going to get better, or they're either going to say, hey, we're not pricing cards anymore.
Right. Like I said, maybe it's because I'm old school and I don't want anybody pricing my stuff but me. So, what if I price something and I forget about it and then it sells too low? Is that on me, or can I contact COMC and say, hey, I priced this 3 years ago, whatever, and this guy had hitting the Triple Crown or something. I want to increase my price, but it sold before I could do it. I mean,
Yeah, so I guess all sales are not final.
very good. And buyer beware. So you gotta.
Yeah.
So when you buy something with COMC, start that stopwatch for 3 hours.
Yep. Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
like I could not believe it. So,
Yeah,
like I
that's
said,
terrible.
I understand, but I was like, again, COMC has no skin in the game.
Yeah, that's the big rub I have with this.
Yeah. So that was my, I guess, my little rant there about that, and something I discovered I didn't know. Again, COMC has been modifying their website and jockeying with the user IDs and passwords and protections and user agreements and all that stuff. So, um, they must be getting tagged or bulking up on their lawyers. They must have to use their what's that retainer money. So
Yeah.
for the user agreements. Anyway, so that's all I got on that. I don't know if you have anything else to add on that.
No, I think I've said my piece.
Okay, me too. Like I said, we got folks that friends that work at COMC, so it has nothing to do with them. It's just it's policy here that I think is wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Uncle Rich and all them,
Yep.
Stefan and Angela and all them, they don't. Yeah. Anyway.
All right, next, the Racing Card Hall of Fame. We have a few more weeks left for the
Yeah,
nominations.
December 2nd is the end of nominations. So you can nominate up to December 2nd. We've gotten a lot of nominations so far. I will say, I'm not going to, because I don't want to sway anybody's nominations, but I will say that a lot of the cards that you would expect to be nominated are being nominated. So that's, to me, that's really cool. That speaks volumes as to what we think as well. So I'm glad to think that all of us out there are pretty well like-minded when it comes to what the really, really good racing cards are.
So hopefully it's not just NASCAR; it's other sports as well.
Yeah,
Other
yeah. Other different motorsports, yes, we've had several different other motorsports. Actually, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at actually Google's really nice. They give it to you in a spreadsheet, so I can see who nominee 1 is, nominee 2, and so on and so forth. So I can see all these, and once we have them all, then I'll do a tally, and we'll see which ones are the most popular, and then we'll take it from there, and then we'll finalize the list.
right, and I do not know the list, so
No, Val has not seen it. He does not know what it looks like. I am the only one who has
yeah,
seen it.
it's you're it. So
Tag, I'm it. So yeah, if you guys have not done it yet, go
there's
on
still
out there
time.
to. Yeah, there's still plenty of time. Have you got a link that you can show them, Val? Or I'm putting you on the
Let me
spot.
see. I don't know.
If you've got that graphic, yes, there you go.
All right, yeah. So you pull out your phone if you're on YouTube, and let me. I know it works. I know I did it before.
Yeah, so you can do the QR code, or if you don't use the QR code, you can go to https:// bit.ly/rchof cards and get there and make your nominations that way as well.
Yeah, the link's above the QR code.
Yeah, and don't forget the password is RCHOF all caps.
Yes, right there in the base of or the neck of the cup. Password RCHOF all uppercase.
Yes.
Tell your
So yeah,
friends.
so
Vote
we're
like
excited
Tommy.
about this. So let me kind of tell you guys in case you don't know. After we do all the nominations, we're going to pretty much take the month of December, analyze all the data. We're going to have our committee. We're going to talk about which ones we want to have on the ballot. We will create the ballot, and then at the beginning of the year, right after the new year, we will publish the ballot to where you can actually vote for your favorite cards, and each person can vote for up to 10 cards. And we are going to be using Google Forms on that as well. So it will tally everything for us. So we'll know, once it ends, we will know exactly who the winners are and who the new inductees will be for the Racing Card Hall of Fame.
Awesome. We'll get the chat GBT going on it, do the number crunching, put a little machine learning on it, and then we'll unveil the.
I'm going to spray a little WD-40 there on there a little bit, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah. Excited for that. So.
Yeah, I can't wait. And
For
of
the
course, we'll
first
have a
class here.
website. So if you want to go out and see kind of what you would call maybe the rules or whatever of how we're going to do all of this, you can actually go to racingcardhof.com. And that's it actually directs you to a page on the NasCard Radio website, but you can use that URL, racingcardhof.com.
I was going to share it real quick. I was pulling that up.
So Val has the technology. So yeah, there it tells you, gives you an introduction, talks about the committee nominees and how we're going to go about doing this. And this is going to be an ongoing yearly, I guess a yearly, I don't know the word I want to say there.
An annual process.
Yeah, an annual process, an annual deal where we will be inducting 10 cards each year going forward.
That's great.
So that's kind of what the page looks like, the racingcardhof.com.
Yep.
So cool. So vote early, vote often, or not.
No, you don't want everybody. You want everybody to vote one time, right?
Nominate early, nominate often. No,
Okay, there you go.
just one time would be nice.
All right. Then one more thing. It looks like we maybe have a few minutes for this. Just for the folks that are in or planning to be in the Charlotte area in December. I think it was December 5th. The Stocks for Tots annual um, get together or fundraiser, I guess you would say, for
Right.
donations. They have lots of drivers, celebrities coming for the autograph session. And so that's as October 16th. I'm looking to see where we are here. So it's put on by the North Carolina Auto Racing Hall of Fame. Um, so they're doing that through them, but Stocks for Tots is the organization. I've been a few years. If you're a autograph person, then something you will not want to meet. I mean, I want to miss, and you'll get to meet all these drivers. There's a massive list. I think it's like 50, 75, and it's all on availability. But this is something that happens each year. So if you can't go this year, you might want to plan to come next year as well. Um, I think it's a $20 cash donation, and that will get you entry into this. And so they are changing some of the rules, actually, I think for the better. So it's going to be let's see, this is for the 22. Oh, man. So I would imagine this is still, when did this put out? This put out in 22. But basically, no wagons, carts, or pull behinds. And that limiting also the no more than 3 autographs per celebrity. So I just wanted to kind of give everybody an overview of that. So this was on the October 16th as the list. So more updates on this event, but Bobby Allison, Donnie Allison, Greg Anderson, Johnny Benson, Bill Blair Jr., Jerry Cook, Hall of Famer, Kim
Yep.
Kuhn, Matt DiBenedetto, Bobby Dotter, Kelly Earnhardt Miller, Wyatt Earnhardt Miller, Kerry Earnhardt, Tony Eury Jr., Jeff Fuller, Joey Gase, Greg Galding, Kyle Harvey, Doug Hubbard, Ron Hornaday Jr., NASCAR Hall of Famer, Rick Houston, Dale Inman Hall of Famer, Winston Kelly, looking at Kevin LePage, some of the ones that I know, Dave Marcus, Rick Mast, Jeremy Mayfield, Jerry Nadeau, Ryan Newman. I was just thinking he was one of the 75 greatest drivers. Steve Parks, Todd Parrott, Renee Perks, former Miss Winston Cup, Tex Powell, Will Power. Man, I'm hating I'm going to miss this. David Reagan, Shona Robinson, who's some Seagraves, Colbert Seagraves, Sharon Spake, Ryan Vargas, Steve Wade, Mike Wallace, Humpy Wheeler, Dick Wittenhouse, but he cannot make it. Deb Williams, Waddell Wilson, NASCAR Hall of Famer.
Yeah, it's like 6 Hall of Famers right there, NASCAR Hall of Famers, plus Hall of Famers from other different Halls of Fame. So it's
For 20
quite a
bucks.
lineup.
Yeah. So for 20 bucks. Anyway, so I just wanted to because I've been a few times, I try to mention when it's coming up. I was a little late this year, but it's usually in that first week of December, I believe. So If it's not on your radar this year, you might want to put it on your radar next year. So
It's on my
it's
radar next year.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. The biggest thing I remember when I went a few times is, because you have that list, start getting cards for everybody. Not everybody has cards, but a majority do, and then getting a few cards for each person, and then because I don't think they're in alphabetical order, so it's like trying to go here, go, and you're searching through your list, whatever. So if you're in the front, I think it was in, they had an upgrade where it's like $100 or $75. You can get to the front of the line, so you can go through, which I would recommend that if you have the means for that.
Yeah, I
So that
think that VIP is sold out. I think Tim Mousy told me that they
okay.
were sold out.
Yeah, so if you can get the VIP, that's the way to go. But because sometimes, depending, that line builds up, and so they try to speed it along. But those drivers are there for I don't know how much, an hour or two or whatever it is, and then they start peeling off. So if you're at the back of the line, you might not get everybody. So,
True.
but it's a great cause. It's a good time. Uh, I think it's at a new. I think last year was the first time they moved venues, but sometimes they have sheet metal for sale. They used to have it at the NASCAR Technical Institute or whatever it was when I went, and they had sheet metal and stuff like that from some of the different race teams. So again, it's pretty good. I definitely put it on your radar to say you did it or to do it, and you'll enjoy it. So
Yeah, it's shooting fish in a barrel.
yeah, I mean, if there's
You can get a lot of autographs real quick.
yeah, so the list is subject to change, so you have to kind of give and take with that. But um, like I said, I know when I went, Bobby Allison and Richard Petty, and sometimes Dale Earnhardt Jr. goes, Richard Petty will go. So you just have to depend on the year and in their schedule. So this is Rex White used to be on that the first time I went through, and I was like, this little guy, and he signs it, and he put like, what did he put? He put, 1960 champ. I
Hmm.
was like, I looked it up. That's Rex White. Oh my God. That's a NASCAR champion there. So again, this is
Yeah,
my,
Hall of
my
Famer.
early,
Yeah.
yeah, now a Hall of Famer. But before that, he wasn't a Hall of Famer yet, and I was like, I was learning my NASCAR history, uh, so that was really cool. So again, I saw that there. So anyway, I'm blabbering on this. All right, I guess that's all we got for that. Oh, you got more? Okay, good.
We got one more thing. Ken Squire.
Yes, shoot.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, I'm sure everybody knows by now that Ken Squire passed away on Wednesday, November 15th, and he was 88 years old. So, I like to say that he had a good run, which he really, really did. Um, I also want to say that if NASCAR had a voice, it was Ken Squire for sure. He was a master storyteller, and he created a lot of verbal masterpieces of many of NASCAR's greatest moments. Because it's like, especially like the 1979 Daytona 500, and there's a fight. That's nobody forgets that one. Of course, he was also inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame in 2018, which he is the only, I would say, like, person from the media or press that's in the Hall of Fame. As far as the Hall of Fame, not one of the other awards like the Barney Hall Ken Squire Award,
I was
which is
just say
named
has
after him.
that's really cool. Is that he had that they had that first before he got
Mhm.
inducted. Yeah,
And both Val and I have met him a couple times. He was super nice guy, super nice guy.
yeah.
Um,
We were there for his induction ceremony, and he just had a way with words. He was fantastic, and he told the story of starting at the radio station. I think it was in Vermont,
mhm.
and like I said, really nice, super great, nice guy, and just had a way with words.
Yeah, I don't think he ever forgot a face. He forgot names, but he never forgot faces. So
Yeah,
he would remember you. So
yeah,
he was a super nice guy. And his, by the way, his rookie card is in 1991 Max. So if you want to go find a Ken Squire rookie card, you can. So rest in peace, Mr. Squire. We're gonna miss you.
definitely. He's one of a kind.
Hmm.
Need more like that.
Yes, we do. All right. So what we got next, man? Have we got everything done?
I think so. I'm looking the checklist over here. I think we hit it all.
All right, cool, man. So is it time to roll that beautiful bean footage?
It is. Here we go.
Go for it. All right, we've got 2 weeks of King's Court because of course, we weren't on last week, so I went through the last 2 weeks to get this week's list. So we're going to start out with our honorable mention number 1. This was on the 15th of November. Dale Earnhardt Sr., 1999 Press Pass Authentic Signings on Card autograph. It's out of 400. And they were asking $499.99 for this card, which is an awesome card. And they settled on a best offer of $375.
That's a pretty good deal, I think.
I think that's a great deal. I think somebody did very well buying that card.
Yeah, that just presents nice. That classic Earnhardt image. Auto's pretty good.
Yeah, Auto's pretty good. It looks like his Sharpie was starting to dry up just a little bit.
But, the car was a bargain price there for that.
Shoot, yeah, man. I think $375 was a steal.
So just throwing this in here, if folks don't know, anything pre-1998, so 1997 and earlier, pack certified cards, PSA will not authenticate them. It has to go through the autograph authentication. But anything from 1998 on can will be graded, and you don't have to go through the autograph authentication. So where I guess where I'm going with this is you don't have to pay the what is it, $35-$50 whatever for autograph authentication, because this is a 1999.
Yeah, they'll just say authentic. Yes.
Yeah, so you can get this card graded and not have to go through the autograph authentication part. So it's a bonus.
Yes, it is. So that's really cool. So yeah, that's a great card, man. I love that card.
Yeah, it's a great price.
All right. So next, honorable mention number 2. This was on the 12th of November. It's a 2010 5-star Jimmy Johnson Chevy logo patch relic. And it says Auto Booklet 1 of 1. This actually went out for bidding, and it only got one bid. And it went for $624.99. Wow.
Yeah, so like $650 was shipping. Yeah.
So
you don't see a 5-star much.
No, you don't see much 5-star. I mean, I don't know how much Press Pass made of that, but I don't think it was a whole heck of a lot. In fact, it was pretty pricey back then. I don't even remember that I even bought
they
a box.
They were $500 a box.
Yeah, I did not buy a box of that.
I won a box.
Yeah, you did. You won a box. You did good.
That's a story for another day.
Yeah,
I won a box.
Soon.
Yeah, that was from 2011 Fanfare. Yeah. So, But hey, Jimmy Johnson 101, old school Press Pass, nice big Chevy logo.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool card. I like that Chevy logo on there. That looks nice.
Very cool.
So congrats to whoever got that one. All right, so next, and this was going to be really weird. This is our Joker of the week. This was on the 10th of November. Piggy Banks Hamilton Akira custom card of Lewis Hamilton 1 of 1 canvas parallel. Okay, this is a custom card. Just keep that in mind. You see it says limited edition and all that. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's on canvas and everything. I don't know who Piggy Banks is, and it looks like they've slabbed their own cards. But like I said, it is pretty cool. It's got that gull wing Mercedes there with Lewis Hamilton. But they were asking $600 for this card. Guess how much the best offer was?
I don't even know. I don't know if $100.
Keep going, man.
200?
Keep going.
400.
Ding, 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 ding. $400.
Oh my goodness.
We are in the wrong business.
Yeah, you read my mind.
Yeah.
Forget about COMC. Let me make some other stuff.
Let me go scribble on some cards and use my Sharpie and I could probably make more money that way.
Unbelievable. Okay.
But it is pretty cool. But still, it's
It is neat, but yeah, I don't even know what to say.
yeah. And look at that, the flip on there. It's canvas also, so you can tell that this is their own deal where he's encapsulating his own stuff. He's got one of one on the back. You see, he signed it and all that on the flip. And it looks like
So
he
it
signed
looks
it on
like
the back.
it's encased, but then it also encased. It looks like it's double encased, right? So from the back, you have the square pieces, and then you have the round on the inside of it,
Yeah,
and that's holding the canvas piece.
I don't know, man. It's hard for me to tell.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, very interesting. I don't know if he's got permission from Lewis Hamilton on that or not.
Yeah,
If
you
he
think?
does, he's paying a lot of money for that.
No, I didn't
I
look to
doubt.
see if there was any copyright anywhere,
Yeah, I'm not. I don't see any.
and I don't know what the certificate is. It's just
The Piggy Bank Social Club.
okay.
I'm gonna have to do some more investigating on piggy banks and see what that's all about.
That's that's gonna be going in his piggy bank.
Yeah.
Let's
All
go to
right.
the next one.
All right. So let's head on to the next one. Our Jack of the Week. This was on the 20th of November. 2022 Panini White Sparkle Prism NASCAR Racing number 92 Chase Elliott Auto 1 of 1. And it's a PSA 10. And it went out for bidding, dude, as you can see. It landed at $405 with 15 bids.
So what do you think about this? I think this is a good price
I think so too.
because it's a PSA 10. It's a 101, but not only is it 101, it's an auto 101.
Yeah.
So it's not just like a a base card 101.
Yeah. And he's a future Hall of Famer. He's a NASCAR champion.
And
So
he had his shoulder or arm fixed, so next year he's going to win the championship, right?
we're expecting great things from him next year.
Yeah.
Everybody is. If you listen to Sirius XM NASCAR radio, people call in, man, they're just wanting him to do good because he's the most popular driver, of course.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah, so cool card, man. I like that. I like those white sparkles. I guess that came out of NT.
It did
last year. Man, I've never pulled an auto out of a white sparkle NT pack. That would be cool.
Now, I didn't think about it, but I have. It was Ryan Newman.
Hey, that's pretty good, man.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
All right, let's keep it moving.
All right, keep moving. Our Queen of the Week. This was on the 20th of November. It's a 2022 Prism NASCAR Tony Breidinger Instant Impact Black Prism 1 of 1. Yet again, another PSA 10. And it almost looks like something my son would write. Invest.
It got 4 bids.
It did get 4 bids, and it went for $306.99.
Yeah, well, we know about her influencer list. If you we covered the most influential women racers a few weeks ago, she's on the list. So
yeah, she's bigger than Haley Deegan on the influencer list.
Yeah, so next year's gonna be a big year for her. So this could be this 306. It's that instant impact. Easy for me to say is a good looking card.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I like that card a lot.
So not too bad, I think, at 306.
Yeah, I think. Well, her stock is on the rise, so I think that's probably not a bad price.
It's a PSA 10, so
it is a PSA 10.
All right,
some slab fire. All right, so our King of the Week. This was on the 13th of November. It's a 2020 Topps Dynasty F1 George Russell patch auto number 1 of 10. That's what it says. And this card went out for bidding. And it ended up at $3,045 with 24 bids.
Yeah. So on one hand, I'm like, man, $3,000. But then I just dawned on me that I think the 2020 Topps Dynasty Formula One boxes were like 5 grand.
Yeah, so somebody lost.
So it's just unreal. This is a 1 of 10 George Russell, which, I gotta say, he has more upside than downside right now. I think, he's got some good days ahead of him. So 3,000. It's not graded. But it's a good looking auto.
Yeah, the auto looks great.
He
He's
signed in the
also
right
got that,
place.
huh?
He
Yes, in the
signed in
right
the right
place.
place.
Yeah, and the numbering is a palindrome, 1 or 0110, which is
Okay.
also binary. And then look at the patch. That's also binary, 101.
Yeah, so I guess they left money on the table. They should have put a one on one and let Tyler
Lots of
work on
ones and
them.
zeros.
Yeah,
So
but
if you did the 101, that's a binary 5. So pretty cool.
okay. And there's a five in the number here in the price. So
Yeah, and then what to 0110 is what? That is 6. So 5 and 6.
okay,
So yeah, I know we're getting crazy with this, but it's still a cool card. I think
it
is
is
it.
very nice. It's very nice.
Yeah. So like I said, I think his stock is. I don't know that it's on the rise like Lando Calrissian and Norris, but he's getting there. All right.
All right.
So next up is our Ace of the Week. This is our 1 of 1. This is on the 12th of November. It's a 2021 National Treasures Racing Jeff Gordon cut signature booklet. And it says SP number 1 of 1, of course, is what it says in there. They were asking $899.99 for this one. And guess what happened, Val?
Somebody clicked it.
Somebody went, click, you're right, and bought it for $899.
So I'm not a big fan of those lithograph pencil autographs.
Yeah, that one looks kind of smudged to me. I don't think that one's the greatest one. Yeah, some of them look really nice because I've got a lot of those cut autos and they look great. But this one, it may be typical Jeffy Poo, just kind of hurry up and just do it.
Yeah, I don't know, but those red lithographs came out in '98, so that was a while ago. Was it like 25 years?
Yeah,
And I don't know, maybe they're all sitting on each other and some of that rubs smears some of that pencil. But yeah, I'm not a super big fan of those lithographs, but I know people are, so I see some of the lithograph there of the DuPont of the picture of him that they cut off to put the
yeah,
but $900, man.
that's some serious change right there for Jeffy Poo.
Yeah.
But it is a 1 of 1. It's pretty cool. Now, you would think here's the only problem I have with it. Okay, it's a 1 of 1. Let's put a really cool patch in there for the 1 of 1.
Yeah.
Let's don't have a tire for God's sakes.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. I would have for 101 I would have liked part of DuPont or Hendrick or something. Some of
Yeah,
that fire off of that sleeve there.
yeah. Oh yeah, now that would be cool because that'd be multicolor. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's a 101, so
Yeah, so
let's treat it like a 101.
agreed. Let's put a little extra effort in there and make it a real good 1 of 1. But anyway, pretty cool card, $900. Man, I don't know that I paid that for that, but congrats to whoever got it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, but congrats to the buyer and seller.
Yep. All right. Lastly, our Royal Flush of the week. This was on the 9th of November. And this is a 2021 Topps Chrome F1 Sapphire Red Oscar Piastri, number 2 of 5. It's a PSA 9. And it went out for bidding, and it ended up at $3,431 with 21 bids.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's showing some flashes of brilliance, so
He is.
and so this is 21. This is a rookie.
Yeah, it's a nice looking card too. I mean, I like that.
Yeah, it's not orange, but it's pretty nice.
That sapphire. Yeah, it's not orange. It's, we've seen a ton of orange lately.
Right, that's where I was going. But yeah, that I think that image pops on that red burgundy background.
Agreed.
So that's a nice looking card.
That's a real nice looking card. Again, I'm not a player in this market of these high end F1 cards, but congrats to whoever got it, man.
Yeah, I'd rather do. I was gonna say the high end like Ty Gibbs or whatever for like $200.
Yeah, me too.
But I can definitely see the allure attraction for him. Like I said, we've starting to see some flashes of brilliance and during the races with him. So it's just a matter of time. He's
Yeah,
going to be.
if we had a little bit more parity in Formula One, who knows what could happen.
Yeah, if somebody wasn't winning 76% of the races.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty. But was he the one who was supposed to be in Red Bull, but then they said they were going to go out on their own? I think it was him.
I don't remember.
Or was it Logan Sargent? I think it was him. Imagine him running a Red Bull car.
Oh my gosh.
The freaking card world would go nuts.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
So because like anything, we talked about before, I'll just talk to this real quick. NASCAR and F1, we don't have the number of players like baseball, football, where you have a bigger pool of rookies coming in and out. In NASCAR F1, we just don't have the massive amount of rookies coming in and out. So it's a smaller pond, smaller speculating kind of pool. So at least in NASCAR, we have trucks and Xfinity, so we can we see them coming. So, but
Yeah.
again, we don't have a massive amount of turnover every year.
No,
A new blood.
That's the big difference between us and the stick and ball sports for sure.
Yeah, so we don't have those lasting bull runs there each year. So, but he's definitely destined for greatness. I think we'll see.
I think so too. Yep. So yeah, that's it. That's this week's King's Court.
Awesome. All right.
All right. There's one thing that we haven't talked about yet that we probably, unfortunately, need to mention.
Okay.
Chronicles.
Oh. Yeah. Let me see. Do I have a? We don't know what's going on with the Chronicles.
The news is not good from what we heard today.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm assuming that pushes NT back as well.
Yes, it's going to push everything else back.
So I guess it's good news, bad news. Bad news is we're not getting anything new. But if we know about this before Black Friday, you allocate some money to some Black Friday deals.
That's true. So yeah, what we heard today was Chronicles is not going to hit on the 29th of November. The date is to be determined now. So we're back to the be determined status. So we don't know. It's sounding from the tone of what I heard today is it may not be this year.
Maybe we get Misha on next week and maybe he can clarify some stuff for us, or maybe he can tell us what he can tell us, I guess.
Yeah. And from what we understand, a lot of this is out of Panini's control. So I'm just going to leave it there. You guys can probably figure out maybe what might be going on with the pack out process. I don't know if that's it because we were not told that's what it was. This is pure speculation on my part.
Well, I'm going to go one part too and say that it seems like I'm on the Topps email list or whatever it is, and it seems like they got a new release every day.
They do. I mean, if you listen to these other podcasts, they talk about new releases. It's like every day there's like a new Topps something coming out.
I'm on this list, and it's like it's Chrome update, it's regular update, it's I don't know, archives.
Well, then you've got the soccer releases. You've got not just the men's but the women's, and then you've got all these other things that they're doing as well. And it's like literally almost every day they have something. So that means they're packing out. Tots is packing out stuff constantly.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was an F1 release. We didn't see it in the US. It was out of the UK, so maybe we'll cover that next week or not, or maybe in 2 weeks. Oh, that reminds me. We're gonna try to shoot for a live show. What do we say? December 8th,
Yeah, that's a Friday, right?
Friday night.
Yeah. So, and we plan on having some giveaways too during that show. It'll be a live show. We will get to talk with all of our great listeners and or great viewers, I should say, not necessarily listeners. So that'll
Yes,
be a lot of fun.
we'll have a live show. We'll be in the chat. I don't know, bring some people on or not if they want to come on. Probably most people don't. They just want to be in the chat.
Yeah,
But yeah, we'll do some live giveaways and we'll have a good time. We'll talk. The F1 season will be over. Everything will be over. And we'll be looking forward to 2024. So it's coming.
2024. Yeah, it's got to be a better year for sure.
Definitely. So, but anything else? I guess that's it. So yeah. So Chronicles, we don't know for sure yet. I just know it's been waived off. I guess for the 29th. So
Yeah, sad, but true. You know, that's what we were told. And like I said, I think it's out of Panini's hands because the pack out facilities are, from what I understand, and I may be wrong, but from what I understand, are owned by other companies, and that or another company, which is, I think, a competitor of Panini.
well, all I know is like maybe I'll go and do a reorder of 2018 certified blasters.
Yeah, I think now you're right. I'm going to reallocate what little funds I've got right now to probably getting maybe some torque blasters or something because I've got the certified blaster.
Yeah,
So I got a taste of that.
If you missed, I think it was 2 weeks episode, last episode, which was 2 weeks. We talked about Black Friday and the deals going on. So there's stuff out there, blowout that $5 a blaster. I don't think you can beat that. That's a whole lot of fun for $5. So
Yeah, it's better than a $5 foot long, which is not even $5 anymore. I think it's a $6 or $7 foot long now.
it might be $8 a foot long now, but anyway, it's more like a $5 half a foot long. So
Yeah,
all
no
right,
kidding.
we digress. So I guess that's it, right? Nothing else. Ken, do it, shoot it.
Hashtag skid marks and hashtag slabfire and Todd freaking Gibbs.
All right, hashtag Tops win.
Yeah, Tops win.
All right, so for me and Logan, thanks for watching, hanging in there for the show today. Hopefully you learned a few things and you do not want to miss next week. I think we're shooting to have Misha on and whatever else. I guess we have F1 race coming up here. So
got one race to go.
Yep. And I guess that's it. We're out of here.
That's it.
No more. Everybody have a safe weekend. And I'm trying to think when we're going to release this. I guess we release this on Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving.
Yep. Early release.
Yep. And have a safe, for those folks in the U.S., have a safe holiday. And everybody else have a safe weekend. And I'm looking for here the out video. Oh my goodness. Take a week off, man. And
yeah, it all goes to hell.
Anyway, we appreciate everybody watching, listening to the podcast in the US, in Hong Kong, Germany, UK,
Russia,
and folks in Florida and South Carolina and everywhere else in between. If we didn't mention your state, we do appreciate it very much. Leave a comment. We'll give you a shout out and subscribe to the channel and we'll freak out. So
yeah.
So again, for me and Logan, we appreciate it very much, and I'll stop rambling and we will see you next week.